Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abram. You know my partner Albert Cameron. Columbiana boys soccer, Al. Lot going on there. Good teams.
Always good teams, but this year they have a special player, Gabe Heinrich. Not only is he an outstanding player, but
100 goals.
He's got his 100th goal.
I'm trying to think because we've done soccer. You've done more than I have. Goals are tough to come by. This
they
isn't
are.
Hockey where you get 5.
No, in this game they did, though. They had a lot of goals against Columbiana.
Okay.
But I will say this. Good soccer games are 2-0, 3-1, 2-1. That's the score. So old Gabe that had a tremendous career for his senior year at Utah, going out with 100 goals. Took it to 101 in that game.
That was against East Palestine.
Yeah, East Palestine.
Okay.
Anytime on our show we can validate some kid, boy or girl, that has had a great career. We will say it again. Please send ADs.
Don't even waste.
I'm still going to say it. Send in.
You waste your time.
Your information to Armstrong, care of Greg Rotund, and Greg will take care of you. He'll get it to us, and then it'll be exciting to announce that 1,000-point score, 1,000 goal, 100 goals, whatever it is. We want to pay tribute to your kids.
You guys are too busy.
And I think it's not right.
No,
it's not right that you don't take the time to give your kids at your school the recognition.
Lucky I'm not on the school board.
You'd be after them, huh, George?
Absolutely. It's your job.
Yes.
We have this same thing in our Pennsylvania show. People are too busy to send something in. It takes all of 5 minutes to email it.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
Let's talk about football teams in the AP poll. We got a bunch. We always do. Open playoffs, who knows? We might be sitting here saying, who?
Right. Yeah, those open playoffs, if there's some injury or some COVID early and you get in and all of a sudden you're peaking at the right time. But the early season successes in Division 3 is Canfield 4-0. In Division 5, it's South Range at 4-0. South Range is Georgia's that's the team. That's the school that is on the rise with regard to their clientele.
Absolutely. You know, I remember a few years ago, Sharon went over there and got a beating.
South Range is in the lore of Pennsylvania is like Mars, but whereas they were a school that was really good, always good, is going to become great because of who's moving in the town. And South Range is one of those.
Absolutely.
Division 6, Springfield, congratulations, their 4-0 start. In Division 7, Warren JFK starts off 3-1. Canfield got 1 vote for the number 1 team. South Range got 1 vote. And Springfield got 2 votes. Congratulations. And JFK got 1. George, when you're talking high school football, this year was so important to get off to a good start.
Let's talk about that for a few minutes. Just abbreviated season.
Yes.
No, everyone was. Do we wear a mask? Do we not wear a mask? How many guys in a room? How many guys in a group? Can we go outside? People were just kind of learning as they go. Bottom line is, in 3 weeks when the playoffs start, the chips are in the middle.
Well, why it was so important that winning takes your mind off all those things. And if you win early in the year, you win this year early, the kids are fired up. They're not talking COVID. They're not talking fans. They're talking team and winning. When you lose, the excuses start flying. Well, we would have been a better team if we had more fans. So there's no excuses. There was no excuse for Canfield, South Range, Springfield, or Warren JFK. They took care of business, and now they're looking forward to a great season leading in to the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. You're exactly right. That's what you need. Now, Missouri Valley. First of all, it's the best conference in the country. Let's get that straight. We're not here to kid anybody. Youngstown could not be in I won't call it a worse league, but a tougher league.
No, there's not even a question. Just any league that has North Dakota State in it, champion after championship after championship, that makes it. Then you add South Dakota and South Dakota State, and you add the Northern Iowas of the world. You have Indiana State and Illinois State on the rise. Well, they came out in the schedule, And the Missouri Valley schedule is we'll play an 8-game conference schedule in the spring of 2021. And it'll take 9 weeks to get it done. And the Penguins got the best of the first game, George.
Hey,
Yeah, I know.
I don't even like holding this paper.
Think about that.
Because I know. Now, what do we know for sure? We know the sun's gonna come up. We know that, and we know North Dakota State's loaded. Do we know that for
and
sure?
This year they're really loaded.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
the Vance kid is considered one of the
Top
5 best quarterbacks in the country.
I mean, when you're right behind the dude from Clemson,
Yeah, you're talking
I don't care if you're second
Yeah.
or third.
division, and we're talking about all divisions.
Yeah.
And then they can return 21 starters. So you're talking a juggernaut. But if you're going to get them, they always say that, get them early.
Get them early.
Get them early before they get a chance to.
Now, I'm looking at this schedule. I'm thinking, is this a misprint? It's a Sunday.
Yeah, how about that, George? So interesting. George noticed that right away.
All the other games are
That
Saturday.
they're kicking off on a Sunday, and
Let's look at
I don't
this
know. I don't know if there's anybody else doing that.
Let's take the schedule apart. At North Dakota State, you got to have your big boy pants on.
Yep, don't get injured in that one, boys. Stay healthy.
You got 2 weeks now to get ready for Southern Illinois at home. That's a good recuperating time, and it's also maybe some assessment things you see the first game, the improvement between first and second game. Maybe not a bad time to have a bye after playing.
I think it's a great time.
Okay.
And George just said it why. Because you might be having some first thoughts coming, oh, this guy's a great player. And all of a sudden you watch the film after week 1 and say, man, we need a replacement there. And you have 2 weeks to get it done. So assessment is good. You get assessed, not only you get assess your opponent, Southern Illinois, who you play next, but you also get a chance to assess your own team and look at some of the things you need
Well,
to get better at.
let me ask you, your first game's probably your toughest game.
It is the toughest game.
And you have a week off,
Badly.
so really that's week 3 do you play again.
Uh-huh.
If you have a guy with a ding of some type, a sprained ankle, do you wait and hold him to week 3 knowing he'll be completely healthy? How do you handle something like that?
Well, your description of the injury is everything.
Okay.
That if you play in the game, there's a chance that you could miss another game, then I'd hold him out. I really would. But if there's no chance, if you can't make it any worse.
How about with a week off? Does that have anything to do with it? In between, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you probably play him. You probably play him. You're thinking you got enough time to get it done.
Okay.
That's what you think. But I do think it's as I initially said, different injuries for different folks. The trainers are well versed in what they do, but they do have that extra week off. It happened when I was a freshman in college. We opened up with Dayton and we had 2 weeks off. I separated my shoulder the very first game of college, and by the 2 weeks later, I was able to play. So it depends on the injury on how it works.
Southern Illinois after that.
Always good. Always. Well, the whole league's good.
Absolutely.
South Dakota State's they got the best facilities in the state in the conference now. YSU took that over for a while, and South Dakota State said, "Hold your horses, YSU. We're going to get
South Dakota State's no bargain.
no tough place to win, and we're going to get our facilities." So South Dakota State has been getting a lot of transfers in because of their facilities.
The Indiana State at home.
Oh, another team on the uprise,
Okay.
and Northern Iowa they play them at home. That's good because they never went to Northern Iowa.
No.
YSU does not win there. Yeah.
We have a guy that calls our radio show all the
Yeah.
time, and when they're going there, he'll go, "I just know what's going to
Yeah, that's good news. They're playing Northern Iowa at home. That really does. At Western Illinois, that's a game they should win. North Dakota's on the uprise too. That's another tough one. They should win that one
At
too.
Missouri State, who opened where?
Yeah, they got Oklahoma.
OKLAHOMA. Oklahoma.
So those are 3 games they could win. So they got a decent start. Those last 3 games are winnable.
No,
according to other years.
Yeah.
According to
That's the big thing, though. You know, we talked about it. Your old basketball coach said it, and I'll say it. You'll want to get off to a good start.
Yes.
It builds confidence. It lets people have faith in the program. You name it. You don't want to go out there to North Dakota State and lay an egg.
And especially, you got a new coach. You know, when Coach Phillips comes in here, he's telling we're going to be doing this differently. We're going to be doing this differently.
Yeah.
And then that first game, North Dakota State whooped you badly.
Yeah, we don't want
But
that.
Coach, I thought you said, so if you happen to play great against North Dakota State, pull an upset, now you're building something, a powerhouse immediately. So first-time coaches need to win right off the bat to build that confidence.
I believe it for sure. College football this week. The boys are back in town.
Yes, isn't that fun?
Now you're talking who's Alabama play, who's Georgia play, who's Florida, and the fact that they're playing all league games does two things. One, it sharpens your focus, but the negative is we don't have any like we used to be. Don't tell me about Southern Cal. I saw Alabama. Right. Don't tell me about Oregon. I saw Ohio State. Yeah, we're not getting that.
Yeah, we're not. Intersectional games are not part of the equation this year. I miss that a lot. I really love seeing those games, see who was really good and who wasn't. Therefore, you're going to have to be great with the eye to the beholder.
How about Big 12? They start too, and they're playing all league games.
Yes.
West Virginia. Where do you want to start?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, they're only going to put 51 up. The question is, right?
Yeah, last week their quarterback got hurt.
Yeah, he's in a boot or something.
And without him, they're not even close to
No. Not even close. When you have a great.
And that's without injuries. When you got injuries, that changes the whole effect of your teams.
What do you think of when you think of Big 12? Do you think Oklahoma, Texas, and offense?
Yeah, offense. I think first.
You think of like
Oklahoma's class. That's what
what I did. You told me something. You told me something about 4 or 5 weeks ago. I threw a few shillings on TCU.
Oh, did you?
Yep. Okay. The price was so great.
That's nice.
That I said, you know what? I'm going to take a chance there.
Yeah, they have a big opener day immediately that they have.
Yeah, I was thinking, how about that? Let's just bring the Raging Cajuns out.
Yes.
But no one told the Cajuns they were supposed to lose.
Yeah, and that game might have woke Iowa State up. We'll see.
Yeah.
They're
supposed to be good.
Yeah, they're supposed to be a good team.
They beat them up, though, Al.
Yes, they did. Oh, they special teamed them.
Yeah. They're not the first team that the Raging Cajuns.
No, when you score 2 touchdowns in special teams,
no, you're not going to lose.
That's how you win the game. Yes.
No, that's a good point. Now, who probably has the biggest debut? It's your first movie, your first concert, whatever. I'd say your first game LSU quarterback coming in after Joe Burrow, who turned out to be a combination of Terry Bradshaw and
he's proven in the pros too. He's playing great in the pros too. Yes.
I watched him opening week.
Yeah, he's playing great.
Take that ball and go right down the field.
I have no idea why the guy.
That was not interference.
Not interference at all.
And then the second game against Cleveland,
putting up points up.
He held him. He showed himself well.
They just couldn't stop Cleveland, but they put up points.
We thought you thought, and I agree with you. We thought Bengals
they are better.
Be better.
We thought about the first 2 games they're better.
Yeah,
but still, once again, they find ways to lose.
Yeah, you have to win.
Yeah, they find ways.
That's something. Let's talk about that for a minute. All this, they did a good job.
And they have.
Oh, they played them tough. Oh, you know what matters.
Yeah, it does. They find a way to lose.
Go to.
The pass interference in the first one, then the defense could not have a big stop in the second one. Just the way it works.
No, you're exactly right.
We're talking about Miles Brennan. Miles Brennan starting the quarterback for LSU.
What are you expecting?
Well, because he has great players around him, he'll be fine. I mean, that's LSU. Jeez,
in other words, Leach is going to come in there, and they're going to cover the receivers one-on-one.
Yeah.
They're going to run with him. Right or wrong.
Yes.
He's got the people who can run with him.
Yeah. Defensively, LSU always has the best defense.
He plays Sikkim defense.
They have the best secondary in the country every year. You can tell by the pros.
Yeah.
They had secondary guys running around every which way.
Absolutely.
And they can rush the passer too. So, but if anybody knows how to attack a defense, it's Mike Leach. Very, very seldom does he get stopped. So just
no. I mean, Washington State. Matter of fact, the new Washington coach, the only guy I ever heard anything, he said, I want to play him every year. Now, remember, Washington, you have better players.
Yeah, that was the bottom line.
Remember Leach's line, that one famous line?
If I took their equal players, I'd say, let's play them.
Let's play them again. But remember when somebody asked him if his offense was 50-50 pass and run? So what do you think of that offense? He goes, the guy's stupid.
Yeah, he
did lay it right out.
He was throwing the ball out before.
This is Hal Mummy, right?
Yes.
They all goes back to Hal Mummy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley's part of that.
All right. Line. Nothing wrong with the results.
Yeah. When you look at winning at Washington State, I have my ex point guard is this idea at Arizona State. He said, if anybody can win at Washington State in any sport, you land and you're thinking, where am I? and then they take you to a hotel that's like everybody else. There's a gigantic Hampton Inn and whatever they are.
They take you like it's a Bates Motel, like you did Psycho. No, I understand completely.
He said, so if you win there, and it's true, true.
Yeah.
So he told me. He said, listen, Mike Leach is tremendous,
That's a good point.
and Tony Bennett's tremendous at basketball. And when Tony Bennett left Washington State
we knew.
and went to Virginia, he now has proven to be one of the top 5 coaches in the country.
When you hear Krzyzewski and Boeheim just raving about Virginia, there's a reason.
So Leach is dangerous.
I got a guy for you. He's been quarterback there since the turn of the century. Sam Ellinger. No, I'm being serious. He's been there forever.
Yeah, he has. But
didn't Bouchel, wasn't he and Bouchel at one time?
Now Bouchel
is SMU, and he's still playing. Yeah. God bless him. They got to be out of time.
Yeah, and when you're just, those fans, you have some of those players in high school or college.
Yeah.
You think, I know he had to graduate by now.
He's back.
And Sam Ellinger's back again, who I think will be the most improved team in the country. That's what I have Texas as. I truly believe this is the year that they make a run at Oklahoma.
You're not going by UTEP. No, we can't.
No, zero UTEP.
Okay.
No, but I did like what they did.
Struggle with Stephen. That's the difference. Stephen F. Austin stayed in it with him, and I'm thinking, are they a little better? Well, Texas made sure they didn't think they were a little better. Yeah. And that's something to do that.
Texas has struggled in these kind of games.
Absolutely.
And so they came out of the gate the way you're supposed to.
Yes.
Tom Herman's on the hot seat down there. I'm telling you, Texas doesn't wait long. They don't want to see you win the bowl game. They want to see you win the playoffs.
And I'm going to tell you, that beatdown of Utah told me they should have done better.
Yeah.
I didn't look at the beatdown of Utah and say, oh, way to go, Tom. I looked and said, hey, Tom. And I had a buddy who used to coach like this. He'd go, you're in trouble now. The kid would go, why? He said, now I know you can do it.
Right.
What
same thing with Herman.
Yeah.
I mean, they get in those bowl games.
Oh.
And they play great, but somehow they stubbed their toes 4 or 5 times one year. Not one time.
No.
Kansas
scored last to beat Kansas. This team can't beat Coastal Carolina.
I know.
No, you want to go against Kansas every week. You'll make money.
Yeah, so they struggle with Kansas. That's all you have to know.
That's all.
And it's been the problem that is a lot of places have the same problem. They have no defense. They don't stop anybody, and so if you're not good shutting down the opponent, I don't care how good Sam Ellinger is, you're going to be in games. You're going to lose games. So I'm hoping that Texas' defense is better. We're going to find out against Texas Tech because Texas Tech usually scores some points. Good. They usually score some points.
If there's a thought at Texas Tech, you're thinking guns up, firing the ball over the field.
They usually score some points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now here's one team we're not worried about. The Crimson Tide. No, 11-1's a bad year, Al. I mean, I watched him last year. He's going crazy at halftime on the officials. And he was right, by the way. The half was over. But that's beside. The point is, 11-1's not good enough.
No, not when you're the top recruiting team in the country every year, and you have a great coach like
big, nice facility.
No, the best facilities.
Yeah.
And they don't have enough coaches, do they?
No, I remember. I was laughing. They said this special one time. And it was like an inside, like a Hard Knocks look. And they showed the coaching thing. And there was a hall full of guys. They were all like this, like sitting there nervous,
so many.
Wondering he was good. No, in the press box, there's no room for them all. They got to put him in another area. Yeah. And he's got 15 on the field.
He's got 7 psychology coaches. Absolutely. I'm thinking that, a psychology.
This is our motivation coach.
Yeah, he does.
This is our, oh, come on. And guess what? As long as he wins.
And he does. And he keeps winning.
Yeah.
And they aren't going to stop winning this year.
No
question about it. Every year you think, do they have another running back that looks like Henry or Ingram?
They do.
Well, Najee Harris is there this year, and you're going to see him running over somebody. As George said, not only do they run over somebody, but they also finish like they're sprinting a 100-meter dash.
No, they want no. My buddy, I tell his story all the time. My buddy told me, "Did you see that?" I said, "What?" He goes, oh. He said he ran over him, but he could have run around him, but he ran over him anyway. I said, that's Henry. That's Henry.
And that's Harris.
Because by the third quarter, guess what happens? You don't come up quite as frisky.
Oh, the secondary.
No.
Oh, the secondary.
They're 190. They can't tackle.
They're scared to death, yes.
No.
And they got Smith and Waddle back on receiver. They lose Jordy, and they lose Judy and Ruggs. They got 2. I've seen them play. They're two just the same.
Your nephew said that on Twitter once. He said, "Wait till you see these guys."
Yeah, Waddle's my favorite. Wait till you see Waddle break into the clear day and make somebody look like they're slow. Oh, jeez. So Alabama has that, but their best place they play and why they're playing national championship is on line of scrimmage. You'll see 8 defensive linemen that are 5 stars.
Yes.
And you'll see 7 offensive linemen that were 5 stars.
I was telling Elder that show on ESPN Radio, Newhouse was on there, and he always visits these camps, and he says that he looks, he watched the line pretty,
Right.
He said he'll see 1 or 2 guys, he'll look down, think, maybe on Sunday that guy. He said then he goes to Alabama and he sees 12. He said they got 3 strings of 4.
They do. They really do. That's where he recruits. Give him credit.
No, he does. No, he learned when the game went no huddle.
Right.
He needed quicker guys. Depth.
He needed depth. And he got depth. And no question about it.
How about Mississippi State just coming?
There's Mike Leach. He's coming in, but he's coming in with a great running back.
Okay.
Not good. A great running back. His name's Kylan Hill. And now listen, he ran for 1,300 yards last year and 10 TDs and was hurt a little bit.
Yeah, I remember him. I know. Exactly.
So he's a tremendous back. And what Leach does, he fools you. He throws the ball over the field, but he uses his back as a guy catches 10 passes a game, and then he opens up the field so much that you have holes, and his back's run for yardage. So look out for that name. Look for Kalen Hill as a guy you want to watch for Mississippi State under the direction of the Pirate, Mike Leach.
Yeah, he's a strange one.
Oh, yes.
But you know what? Bottom line is, like you said previously, if you win at Washington State,
win anywhere.
And Stark Vegas isn't exactly.
No.
You know what I mean? The only guy I know, Jackie Sherrill, that's my man.
Yes.
Jackie could break a few rules, maybe.
He broke a couple rules.
Hey, Bo Nix, I'm anxious. I was telling Al, I'm not a Bo Nix guy because last year I think I had him against Georgia. He had a wide open swing pass. If he leads the guy, I think they beat Georgia. But as Al said, he had been getting knocked around all day, and he was a freshman.
Yeah, when you're a young kid, and I don't care where you are as a freshman, and you get hit and rushing you like crazy, and the speed of the game is crazy. The speed of the game, and there's nobody faster than Georgia. All of a sudden, you're throwing that ball a little quicker than you want to, and missing wide open receivers. You think, how could he miss that guy? Well, that's what happened in that game. I'm a firm believer that your biggest jump is from your freshman and sophomore year. Bo Nix will be better this year. Auburn's always good. Open up a Kentucky. Tough game. Kentucky's going to be good. Georgia's looked at Kentucky.
Yeah, I was.
George likes Kentucky.
And let's talk a little Florida. I've got 5 minutes remaining. I don't think I've seen a story I'm watching last year. I usually don't have the sound up. Right. But when I switch channels, sometimes I get, because I won't listen to Gary Daniels.
Gotcha.
And that's his network.
He's SEC, I know. CBS has these games.
Cal Trask comes on and I said, I'm not paying attention. I got another game on the other set of the radio.
You do have everything going.
I do have it going. They'll go, this is his first start ever. Now you got my attention. This is the big boys. This isn't,
right.
Messiah College.
Big in the country.
This is as big as it gets. And he walked in there. Now I'm hearing he's the best quarterback in the conference.
Yeah, they thought they were going to play Felipe Franks, who now, by the way, has moved on to Arkansas.
Okay.
Yeah. And now you get lucky. He gets hurt, and you have a better quarterback waiting. That's Kyle Trask. And
see, at first I thought, well, he just won't make any mistakes.
Not that kind of player.
Then as the game went on,
yes,
and I'm thinking Mullen had Tebow. Didn't he have Tebow?
Yes.
I think he's a little bit of magic with the quarterback.
Yeah, Mullen's a good quarterback coach.
Okay,
yes, he is.
All right.
And 33,025 touchdowns. Most underrated team in the SEC this year is Florida. They keep saying they have no. I think they can win it.
Can he beat Georgia?
I think they can. That's what I'm saying. I think they can.
Now, then you still got to go across.
Yeah, I know.
And beat the big boy.
Yeah.
Can they get 2 in the tourney?
I'm gonna say this year, no.
This
year because of the COVID, I don't think they're going to get 2.
You think they opened that spot for Ohio State?
Yeah, I do.
But the Pac-10,
I don't think it's open up for anybody there.
we're putting Oregon out?
Yes. I don't think Oregon.
All right.
I don't have Oregon as good as everybody else now.
That's what I was
Ohio State's one of those spectacular teams.
We got it.
You're talking about, this is Ohio State's team.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And a couple of the opt-outs are back.
This is the one they went.
Like they didn't have enough players before.
I know. And they got Fields. You got a great quarterback, and their team is
How
loaded.
about Fields? All those guys who were at Georgia, I think that they screwed that up.
They did.
Fields was the best.
Oh, he's the best player.
They
there.
messed up, didn't they?
I have no idea what they saw.
What are you supposed to have?
What did Smart see? After watching them
Kirby's
play,
not so smart.
I'm looking and thinking, man, I know he's the other quarterbacks are good.
But this
But,
kid's,
but
no,
Fields
this
special.
dude's different.
Fields special.
He said that.
Yeah.
Okay, wrapping it up. Opening week, we had some week 0, all this. In my mind, it's official. Can anyone challenge Trevor Lawrence for the Heisman?
No.
It's his unless he screws up.
Unless Clemson screws up for Ole Lawrence, that's a sure thing. Lawrence has that route.
I have a buddy he took the Carolina
I love Sam
quarterback,
Howell.
but he's not.
But he's just good.
He's not Trevor
But
Lawrence.
he's not going to get. Lawrence has the name and the better team. You know,
Let me know.
if there's ever a sure thing,
Okay.
it's Clemson in the ACC.
Yeah.
Well, who's beating them, George?
Notre Dame, and they're really.
Oh, Notre Dame might. You're right. They're playing. You're right.
Yeah,
Notre Dame might beat them.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll say that. They can beat them.
They have them out in South Bend, which means they could play twice because they're not going conference. They're not going Atlantic
Right.
Coastal. They're going top
Distracted.
2.
Uh-huh.
So you never know. Hey, another fast half hour. Thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.